Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be responding to your assumptions. I have done a video like this like a year ago, but there's a lot of new assumptions, a lot more tea to spill. Are people still saying that? Yes, there's more tea to spill. So I asked you guys on Instagram to send me your assumptions, and I have collected the most frequently asked, juiciest kind of assumptions, and I'm going to respond to them. Before we get started though, this video is very kindly sponsored by NCS. If you don't know what NCS is, it is a 4-week experience running in England and Northern Ireland. It's for 16 to 17 year olds, and basically what it is you meet loads of new people, you get to live with them for some time in university halls, you get to do loads of adventurous and fun things. There's some volunteering involved if you're preparing for university or if you just want something interesting and different to do. But 16-year-old me would have loved to have done this. So I'm partnering with NCS as part of their Know We Can campaign. This campaign is essentially about not letting other people limit us and sort of challenging their assumptions and just reaching your full potential and goals and aspirations. So I think it's a very good campaign, and I think it's also just important for us to always try and achieve what we want to achieve and not feel limited by other factors. Anyway, let's get into the assumptions. So I actually got a lot saying a similar sort of thing, that I regret going into medicine, or I want to quit, or you know, I've just gone too far to quit now. And actually, I don't know where this has come from. Maybe it's because I'm so pessimistic in my videos, but I actually enjoy medicine. I really like it. I think it's such an interesting field. That's not to say that there isn't difficulties that come with medicine. There's difficulties that come with everything in life. But yes, medicine is tough. I did a video where I talked about the reasons not to go to med school. So maybe that's where this idea came from. But no, I don't regret coming to med school. I would still do the same thing. And despite the heavy workload and sometimes the lack of free time I have, I still enjoy it. And I'm optimistic for the future. Maybe I won't be saying that in 5 months when I have exams, but that's what I'm feeling now. Another assumption was that I wouldn't make it halfway through med school, which maybe I should be offended by. But no, I've made it more than halfway now. Should I look at how much I've done? Let's work it out, I'm kind of interested. It is 6 years, and I have done 3.5. So I'm about 60% through med school. That's a lot. I've done a lot of med school. More than halfway, so I'm still here. I don't know, at my med school people are always like the second year is the hardest, and I did the second year, so let's hope I make it to the end. No, I'm sure I'm gonna make it to the end. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I honestly thought that you're an Eton trust fund baby. What can I say? Boy looks rich. I don't know why I've got so many assumptions about being rich or posh or privileged. I got this in the last video as well, so I'm gonna go into this topic a bit more in this video. Okay, so I didn't go to Eton. I don't know how you can think I went to Eton. Eton is like a very expensive private school in England. Eton school fees. It says the annual cost of sending a child to Eton is £40,700. I went to a kind of bad state school, and it just wasn't the best. People were racist and just not very nice. That school was just, it wasn't the best. About the trust fund, no, I don't have a trust fund. In fact, I'm close to my overdraft, so no, there's no trust fund here. Okay, another one about being rich. This one says, you grew up in a posh area. I actually grew up in quite a small town, in the hills, ew. I have a few stories about this town that might help you guys understand what it was like. One time when my cousin and stepbrother came to visit me. My cousin and stepbrother are both fully Asian, so they obviously look more Asian than I do. And one time, honestly, we were about 12 years old, but we were walking down the street. It was a street up here, and then there was a street down here on like a hill. From the street down there, I don't remember why this started, but this group of like, I don't know, they were adults. They were drunk. They were shouting at us to like go back to where we came from. Another time when I was about 17, I was walking down the street, just minding my own business, living my life, and then this, like, he must have been in like his early 20s, guy just started shouting at me, using loads of racial slurs for no reason, because I looked at him for a second. So no, I did not come from a privileged area. And I guess the last assumption to do with wealth is privileged boy, privileged friends, easy life. So I definitely think growing up I wasn't privileged and I didn't have an easy life. I'm not trying to make it like a sob story, but it just wasn't the greatest place. But I would say that in the grand scheme of things, I'm very privileged. I recognise that. Being able to afford rent in London, being able to go to university in London, and not feeling like external factors are preventing me from doing what I want to do, I must be privileged. I just am privileged. And if you're watching and you're a younger viewer and you're thinking about university, please don't let your ideas about your background limit you. I really think hard work can take you such a long way. You didn't get into Oxbridge. No, I didn't get into Oxbridge because I didn't apply there. I was thinking about applying, but when I thought more deeply about it, I realised that I wouldn't like the lifestyle there. I really value my free time and I don't like being under unnecessary pressure. And I feel like at Oxbridge, this is just my opinion, I think they really try to stretch you and push you, which is probably great for your brain, but it's probably not great for your mental health. The university I go to, UCL, is I still find it challenging quite a lot of the time, but I think compared to Oxbridge, it's probably a little bit more relaxed. I think at Oxbridge, I may have had a meltdown. You sleep without doing your skincare sometimes. I saw a tweet about this. Guys, I think I'd still do my skincare. Like, it's just such a routine for me now. Yeah, like before bed, I always have to wash my face, put my skincare on. Wow, I am actually privileged if I do that. I take it back, I am privileged. This should be a question if you're trying to determine if you're privileged. If you do skincare every night before you sleep, you are privileged. Guys, I'm privileged. It's determined. When I don't do it, I can actually feel like, I don't know if this is psychological, but I can feel like the dirt on my skin and I can feel my skin feeling all like clogged and nasty. I also had quite a lot of assumptions that were saying that I study more than I let on, or that I'm the type of person who studies and then tells people they didn't study. I'm the type of person who will do not very much work throughout the year and then cram towards exams, which is not the best approach, and I'm trying to change it every single year, but still not getting there. But no, I'm not one of those people who pretends not to study. It's so funny though when people are like, no, I haven't studied at all. No, I don't know, I just watched Netflix all day. I stayed until like 3 AM watching Netflix and I just slept through the whole day, and like, I haven't even opened my textbook. And then watch in the tutorial, they'll be the first person to be like, yeah, where was I going with that? Oh, I'm not like that. No, I don't lie about how much I study. Like, who would do that? I thought this was quite interesting. You've always been self-conscious about your heritage. This involves me like having to think back into the past, which is not my strong point. I struggle to retain information from the present day. I think maybe confused about my heritage would be a better word. I spent a lot of time in very white communities when I was growing up, and I think when I was much younger, I probably didn't even really realize that I was mixed race. That sounds so stupid, but I remember looking at a baby picture. I must have been about 6. I don't know why, but I thought at that age, at 6, I thought that I had been born white and then somewhere down the line transformed into half Asian. I don't know what was happening with my brain. Like, now that I am older and I'm surrounded by very diverse groups of people, I don't really even think about my race anymore or heritage. But I think these days I'm a lot more active on social media, and I think social media is very accepting and very forward-thinking in terms of its ideas on race and identity. Yeah, so I think these days I just have no real emotions surrounding race. I'm just happy being me, and that's the tea. Ew, I need to stop doing that. You hate not being productive. It's not that I hate it, I just get quite restless, and if I'm not doing anything that is like helping me, then I need to like stop and do something different. I think the word productive is a word that is a little bit, I don't know, misused? Is that, no, misused? I don't know. There's something wrong with the way we use it. We automatically think to be productive, you have to be like studying, you have to be working, you have to be grinding, like wake up and grind. You know, that toxic like grind culture. But being productive does not just mean that. Like for me, if I am stressed and I need to relax and wind down, then watching Netflix is being productive for me because that's helping me like calm my state and relax. At the same time, if I'm super tired and I like sleep in the next morning, that's productive because I'm catching up on sleep. It's gonna help me be in a better mindset. But I do hate doing things which aren't useful. So if I'm not tired but I stay in bed for the whole day, I would hate that, and I would just feel restless and I would like have to get out of bed. But no, I'm not like a study machine who like wake up and grind, guys. No, I'm not really like that. My energy in this video is kind of weird, isn't it? I don't really know, but I hope you guys are enjoying this. You're in a relationship no one knows about. I always get these types of questions and I always like leave you guys unanswered, so I'm sorry, I'm doing the same. I'm not answering this. You are James Charles's long lost brother. Why do people say this? Like, that's not the first time people have said I look like James Charles. People also say I look like Dua Lipa. I just don't really see it, but I'm gonna take that as a compliment. Your parents went to university and are paying for your education. So one of my parents went to university, but no, they aren't paying for my education. This rich thing just keeps coming back. My parents don't give me any money for university.
I have a full loan for my tuition fees, a loan for my living costs, some bursary money and some scholarship money, and then I also have some YouTube income.
So that is how I survive. You were a nerd growing up. It depends what it means to be a nerd, because if a nerd is someone who studies a lot and does all their homework and is like answering questions in class, then I kind of was a nerd. Why is nerd an insult? Like, nerd should be a compliment. I should be happy to be called a nerd. Yes, I'm a nerd and I'm proud. Actually, I should, like, these glasses alone just like show that I am a nerd, because these are nerd glasses. Okay, so that is all of the assumptions. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really truly appreciate all of you. If you like this video, please give it a like and subscribe and just get me the ad money, because I'm rich and I'm really privileged and stuff, so you know, just need all the money I can get to fund my lifestyle. I'll see you next time. Bye.